Hello everybody, my name's Lexi.
And my name is Jessica.
And today we're going to be going over how to actually build out a referral program with LeadAR. There's two separate ways that you can do this. One by just doing a form with a refer your friend, or you can do more of a referral program for businesses if you're partnering with a business. And Jessica will show you how to do that later. But for now, I am just going to get started with the referral form, and I just wanted to let you guys know that this is a pre-recorded webinar, and we're going to be monitoring the chat in case you need anything at all, so just feel free to chat in. But let's just go ahead and get started. The first thing that you're going to want to do is log into your LeadAR account and head over to your Sites tabs, and then go ahead and click on Forms in the top right-hand side. And next thing that we're going to want to do is click on Add Form in the top right-hand side and click Create. And once that loads, it's going to auto-populate to their first name, last name, email, and phone. So I always like to make this required just so they have to fill out that information to be a referral. So if you click onto that, you can just click Required for these things. And then in the actual button, we want to change this to submit or something like that. So when we click on the button, you will see this on the right-hand side, and then we can just type in submit there. And then obviously you can change the screen to your own Canva colors, or we can just make it simple and go black and click save. Always save as you're editing these things, just because I don't never want you guys to lose anything. The next thing that you're going to want to do is edit this how you want to. So you can just drag and drop an image over, and maybe you want to put your logo at the top. Maybe you want a Canva image of your referral program. So over here, you can do add elements on all of these things. So if you scroll down to the bottom, you will see this image right here, and you can just easily drag and drop that to the top and then upload a file off of your computer to make it more formatted that way. And then we want to change this top button as well to referral program, just so you'll know that this is the actual form that you're supposed to go to. But another thing that we want to add is a custom field. And what this is a way that you can actually create your own question. So if you scroll down on the left-hand side, and we were going to want to do single line because they're actually going to be typing in who referred them. So if you just drag and drop that over, there we go. You can click into that, and on the right-hand side will be another option to edit this. So we're just going to want to take this away and ask who referred you. And we're going to make this required as well because this is key information. So in this little placeholder, I always like to write, please include first and last name. So then when we are getting these submissions, you'll know exactly who referred them, which we'll talk a little bit later about in a little bit. But after that, on the submit button, there's a couple of different options that you can do. And in this case, I would redirect them to your booking link. So you immediately get that information, and as soon as they click submit, they're going to be redirected to book an appointment. So to do that, what you're going to do is click on this top right-hand side, styles and options. And then if you click on options and go on submit, right now, if they were to do that, it would just pull up a little blank page that says, thank you for completing this form. But you can open the URL here and put your booking link there. So as soon as they click submit, it'll redirect them to their booking link. And then we're going to click save. So now that we have the form, all of the information that we're going to need for this, what you're going to want to do is click integrate and then copy form link. So this is the link that you're going to want to put on your social media, maybe a QR code on the front desk, or if you want to embed this on your website as well to refer somebody, you can do that as well. But for this case, we're just going to do the original link. So after we have that link, I am going to go ahead and put it in my trigger links just so you know where to find it every single time instead of having to click into that form and go to integrate and all the things. So here you can go to marketing, and then you can go to trigger links, and we're just going to add a link here. And this could be your referral link, and then we're going to paste it here and click save. Awesome. So now each time that you want to send this out, or maybe you want to do a big campaign for this, you can actually do a text blast and say, here's the link below to refer a friend, and they can send that link off to their friends as well. But a big thing that we want to do here is actually track where these people or who has been referred by these people and if they've showed and booked their appointments. So to track anything at all inside of LeadAR, you're going to want to use opportunities and pipelines. So the next thing that we're going to go over is actually how to make that pipeline. So if you go to your opportunities and click on pipelines and then create new pipeline in the top right hand side, we're just going to call this referral program. And then here we're just going to say form submitted. So they have filled out that form and they've had that answer of who referred them. And then we're going to add a stage, and that is going to be that they booked an appointment. And then did they actually show up to that appointment as well, which is also a super nice thing to have. Then we'll click save. And then when you go back into your opportunities, this, if you have multiple pipelines going on, this is where you can filter out to see that specific pipeline. So I'm going to scroll down here, and there's the referral program that we just had. And I'm going to fill out the form in just a little bit to show you a little bit more, but this is just the bones are built here. So this is the first thing that you're going to want to do after you make that form. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is go to your automations, because all of this is going to be automated to where you don't even have to touch it and you'll know exactly what to do. So if we click into automations and go to create workflow, here is the first one. So we're going to do referral form submitted. And the trigger for this is going to be that they actually submitted that form. So if you just search form submitted on the right hand side, this is where you can add filters and do form is and scroll down to that referral program form. If you do not filter this, anybody that submits whatever form that you have will fall into this. So it's really important there to make sure that you are filtering every single time. And then we'll click save. So now that we have the trigger for form submitted, the next action we're going to be is actually adding them to that pipeline. So if you click on the plus sign here and type in opportunity, and we're going to filter that they're in the referral program pipeline. So if you scroll down, you'll be able to see that there. And then in pipeline stage, form submitted. And the next part is super important. So opportunity source, who referred them. So whenever they were typing in that form, who referred you, and they filled out that first and last name, that first and last name is actually going to show here. So if you click on the tag here and go to contact, and then scroll down and go to the custom field, this is where you can scroll and find that actual question, who referred you, that we created earlier. So if you keep on scrolling to the bottom, there it is. And so that's going to be the contact who referred them, which is valuable information. And then for the status, we can just keep this as open because they haven't booked an appointment yet, so they're not necessarily a one lead. And then we can just toggle this on, allow opportunity to move in other stages of the pipeline. And then we'll click save. So there's a couple of options that you can do as well. I would send them an SMS like, thank you for submitting this form, or we saw that contact who referred you. I think that just makes it a little bit more special to them. So if we send this SMS, we can just say, hi, contact, first name. So it'll pull who filled out the form. So if I filled out the form, we say, hi, Lexi. And then we could say, we saw, go back here. And then if you scroll down, you can go to that custom field again. And then we saw this person referred you to, and then your practice name. I'm just going to put a blank there. If you have any additional questions or anything like that, feel free to give us a call, or you can also put your booking link in there as well. So I'm just going to save that there for now. But a big thing in here is that we want to notify you that somebody has filled out this form. So if you go into here and type in internal notification, you can decide which notification is best for you. So you can do an email if that's what you're going to answer to quickest, or an SMS to your phone, or just a notification in LeadAR. A lot of people do SMS, so I'm just going to do that one for now. And then you can see who you want to get notified. So if you go to a particular user, you can actually select, maybe you want your front desk to get notified and you, so you can select as many people as you want that are staff members in your LeadAR. And so then we could say here, contact full name, space, email. So you have, this is pulling all that information off of the form, and phone has been referred by. And then if you click back into there, same thing with these custom fields, scroll to the bottom, who referred you. So that's just a notification that you have like a potential referral. And then we can click save there and then publish this, and that's good to go. But another thing too that people can do is actually tag these people. So if you wanted to add a tag, maybe you wanted to pull a smart list later, we can always tag people, which I think is great. Just referral form submitted. And that will be important in the next automation as well. So make sure that you actually tag those people. And then we'll click save. So that's kind of the first initial automation, and then we're gonna have 2 more that go along with this, so just bear with me. So the next one, we're gonna go back, since that one is good to go, and create a workflow and then start from scratch. And this one is gonna be that the referral booked an appointment. So this is how we're gonna track in the pipeline that, hey, all right, they submitted this form and now they've booked an appointment. So anytime with appointments, you are going to want to use the trigger appointment status. So here we can add that, and then we're going to add filters to this as well. So we want to add that the appointment status is confirmed, and so confirmed means that they have booked an appointment in aesthetic records. So just know that for any type of pipeline or anything that you're wanting to track based on a booked appointment, this is the trigger that you need to use. And then we're going to add filters that they have that tag, referral form submitted. Let me scroll, there it is. Perfect. So just making sure there to tag these people in that original automation, because if not, we won't be able to track who actually referred or who actually booked an appointment. So perfect. Now that we've got that, this is where we can add that opportunity again that they are moving to the next stage in the pipeline. So if you click in pipeline, we're going to go down and go to referral program, in the pipeline stage, booked appointment. And then for here, we could also do that they won, and we'll allow to move in other stages of the pipeline. And then we can save it there as well. And then if you want to also tag them here, you can as well, but it's really not needed unless you want to pull a smart list of people who've booked an appointment as well. So it's completely up to you. And then I'm going to go ahead and publish that one as well. So now that we have added them to the pipeline, the next thing that we're going to want to do is add an internal notification. Again, that lead has booked an appointment. And then also as well, just to kind of talk about the perk of having a referral, if you're going to do something along the lines of adding money to their AR wallet, like if you refer a friend, then you and your friend both get X amount added to the wallet, that is going to be a manual process and something that will never talk back to aesthetic record. So what I can do is after they book an appointment, we can send you a notification via email, SMS, or LeadAR. But for this one, I'm just going to do SMS, same thing that I kind of went over in the first automation. But we're going to do a particular user, and you can notify whoever you want to be in charge of adding that money to their wallet. And so here, I'm just going to say again that contact, full name, email, and phone has been referred by, and same thing with that custom field again. Custom field, and scroll down by that person. And then they have booked an appointment. Please add money to their AR wallet. And you can adjust this to whatever your referral program is going to look like, but this is super important, so you'll know that based off of them booking that appointment, that both of those people get rewarded for this. Or you can do it when they showed up to the appointment. So it's really up to you, bookings or showed. But you can just do the same thing in the next automation that I'm going to show you. But one last thing here is in the settings, we want to make sure that allow re-entry and allow multiple opportunities is turned off, just because when they are booking an appointment for future, we don't want that to mess up your pipeline every time that that person books an appointment, because we're not removing that tag off of them. So just make sure that this is turned off for this automation. And then the last automation that we're going to be going over is creating a workflow, start from scratch. And this is going to be based off of that lead actually showing up to the appointment. So we can just say, call this referral lead showed. Same thing with this appointment status trigger. And we're just going to add filters that they have actually showed to their appointment. So this is also based off of you checking them in an aesthetic record. So in your daily operations, if you're not checking people in, make sure to do that, because that's how this automation is going to be triggered. And then we just want to make sure that we add the filter that they have the tag referral program or referral form submitted. And we'll save that. And then we're going to be adding them to that last stage in the pipeline that they showed up to their appointment. So same thing here, searching for the opportunity in the pipeline, referral program, and that they showed up to their appointment. And then we can also classify this as one as well. And we can just toggle this on as well and click save. And if you're wanting to do that internal notification there, you can add it just the same way that we did in the last automation. And same thing here with the settings. So we just want to make sure that this is turned off as well, because we don't want them to mess up your pipelines every time they show up to an appointment as well. And so after you have kind of done all of those different automations, you can just publish them, and this referral program will be all automated other than you adding that money to their wallet. So the last thing that I'm going to show you is actually what that actually looks like when somebody fills out that form. If you've never used opportunities or pipelines before, what does that even look like within the pipeline? So here, I'm just going to go back to the form really quick and click on this, and then I'm going to preview it. This is also a good way to test things on your own by previewing and putting in your own information. So here, I'm just going to fill out my info, and then I'm going to put who referred me. And then I'm going to click on submit. And it's just going to stay the same right now because I didn't put in a URL earlier. But if I would have put in my booking link, it would have automatically directed me to there. And so now I can go back here and go into the opportunities and pipelines. And then you will see right here that I have filled out this form and I have been referred by Jessica Smith. So I know that's kind of a lot of moving parts and a lot of different steps, but you just have to set it up once and it'll be good to go. But if you have any questions regarding this, you can always book a call with us or email us at info@myleadar.com, and I can walk you through this just one-on-one as well. But now I think that we've kind of wrapped up what referring a friend looks like. Jessica's going to be going over how to actually do a referral program with a business and what that looks like as well, or influencers.
All right, guys. So yes, I'm going to show you a way that we can also have some sort of referral program, but kind of more of like an affiliate program with businesses or even influencers. And so the example that we're going to run with today is that I own a med spa, and down the street there's a hair salon, and we're going to team up together, share each other's business cards. And with that, hey, right, if they get me a certain amount of leads, right, there might be a payout, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to show you how we would build that and scale that when we're talking more about businesses and actual influencers. So same thing on, right, we need the leads information. So we're going to go into the Sites tab, same thing. It's going to be based on a form. So I'm going to go ahead and click into Forms. And let's go to Recent. Awesome. Okay. So this is just an example, but right, we have, earn 10% off any service. Of course, you can have all control on what you want on the form, but definitely keep the first name, last name, phone, email, all of that good stuff. So here, right, we know that when we integrate, we can make it a link, right? So how is that going to work if, right, we're hoping to grab people from this salon, right? So what you can do so many things. You can even grab this link and put it in a QR code and maybe print out business cards with that cute little QR code in the corner or things like that. Or you could even put it in a funnel. Again, so many options on how we can make it easily available where people can scan that while, they're checking out after they just got their balayage done or something like that. So just want to go over that first. So essentially, this is essential because how we are going to track that is, of course, right, we need this built first. So now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go into our marketing section, and you guys will see that we actually have a little tab that says Affiliate Manager. So I'm going to go ahead and click into there. Alrighty, so first, this is exactly what you're going to see. And now that we have created the form, we are going to map it essentially inside of here. So what I'm going to do is click Add. And so here are all the different ways that you can track this link of those potential leads that they're filling out that form. So we have funnels, websites, store, form, surveys, calendars, external website. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and do form. So I'm going to click form, and then I have to select the form. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. Then I'm just going to go ahead and hit next. And then here is where you can decide what that payout looks like. In terms of this kind of payout, I'll show you another option, but this payout is kind of more for, hey, just a certain number of leads, if that makes sense, where it's not really tracking, oh, did they end up actually like booking, or did they actually show up to the appointment? It's just, hey, no, you're agreeing on, hey, for every lead, maybe I, get this amount of money, or every 10 leads, every 50 leads, right? I'm going to pay out whatever you guys agree on. Here you do have to set up your separate, a separate Stripe account, or you can also use PayPal inside of here too as well. But how you would do that, you would go into your settings and then go to your integrations and then go ahead and integrate whichever you end up choosing. So again, you can turn that on and you can totally obviously discuss what that number is. But I'm going to also hit advanced commission settings. Again, you have the option here too as well with talking about tiers as well. So I'm going to hit save, and I'll just put a random number. Alrighty, so with this step, you can see campaign description. Of course, feel free to put that description right inside of there. We won't use assign affiliate yet because we actually have to create it. So I'll show you that in just a couple of minutes. And then additional settings here too as well. You have the cookie life, and then you also have current payout terms. So again, hey, they get paid on the 15th of every month, depending on what you guys already set up before and agreed on, or right, every lead you get $50, or right, whatever you guys agree on. But what I'm going to essentially do is hit finish, and I'm going to go ahead and just hit publish now. Awesome. So now we can see, and we can of course change it. It just says campaign create 5, but of course totally change that to the actual campaign. So it could be something as simple as Jennifer's hair salon, right? Just so you're keeping track of that. So now what we can do is, hey, we also we want to track the people who are referring them, right, from Jen's hair salon. So we have to tie it to someone. How we do that is we're going to go up towards the top of your screen, and you're going to hit affiliate. Awesome. So next thing you're going to do is we're just going to simply create it. So up to you. You can have it a little more general, where it's not so much, keeping track of like what employees from this hair salon is referring to. You can maybe just have it more general. Or if you do want to, you can obviously add, multiple people. But for this example, we're just going to keep it very broad and just be like, nope, it can be anyone referred them, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and hit new affiliate. And so here, this is where we would type in their email. So I'll just do mine really quickly. Alrighty. And then name, first and last name. And then company name, right? That's where we could type in, Jen's Hair Salon, whichever we want to. But the most important part is, hey, let's go ahead and actually assign them to that campaign that we actually just published. So I'm going to go ahead and find the one that we just published, and I'm going to go ahead and hit done. Awesome. So here it does have a link here too as well that they also can use as well and utilize. It's their own unique link too as well. So maybe even if they, want to also refer people outside of, working just in the salon, they can also have their own unique link here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click done. So now you can see that I'm right here and I'm tied to whichever campaign. And so if I actually click into myself, this is actually kind of cool. You can see a lot of information here, and also just keeping track on, how many refers that you've gotten so far. So here you can see the commission again, right? Once you set that up, you'll see those payouts. You'll see that prices here. Leads. Now, when somebody actually fills out that form that I showed you towards the beginning, this is where their name is going to populate. Now, it's always going to be under the leads and not customers section because, right, at the end of the day, right, you're doing all of your payments in AR. We totally want to keep all your payments in AR. So they're always going to stay in the leads section to also just be aware of too as well. We also have the payout too as well. So you can also see any pending, approved, denied, etc. You can also have right here, if you want to do it a little more manual too as well, where maybe you don't want to set up, hey, every 15th of the month they're going to get paid. You can do it a little more manual where you just select that. Again, right here, you can link your PayPal and do it a little more manual. Then what we are also going to do is, I also want to show you an example. So just so you can actually see, okay, if somebody actually filled it out, like what does that actually look like? So let me go ahead and go back real quick. And for this one, we did an example. So essentially, right, you go down here, I'm going to click into my leads. You can see right here that Joe Smith came from that hair salon and he filled it out. And you can also see the date too as well. Alrighty, so that is how we can essentially create that campaign, connect it to an actual affiliate. And again, I know I'm using, the example of, a hair salon, down the street, but this can also be for influencers too as well. So, and the nice part is, right, we can, as we saw when I go back to the campaigns, right, we can have multiple campaigns running. You can work with multiple different businesses at the same time. We can also have multiple influencers at the same time, and it's just kind of nice to be able to keep track, who's bringing in what in that sense. So again, how I was saying, like, it's a little more broad where we're just seeing the leads, where it's not so much, oh, well, did they actually book? Did they actually show up? And so if you want it more like that, then I would suggest on creating an automation very similar, literally on how Lexi just went over, to maybe, if that's what you guys agree upon, it's more of, hey, if they actually showed up to the appointment, then, right, there's a give and take where, right, they get a commission for that. Again, that's all up for discussion between the two parties, but I do want to show you a quick automation really quickly. So I'm in my automations tab. Oops, so sorry. Let's go to my recents. And then we are going to find the automation that I already created. So same exact thing, right? The trigger, form submitted. Again, it's just like Lexi said, can't stress it enough, is filters, filters, filters. We need to always tell the system what form, right? What are we actually trying to track? So you can see I've already selected that form. And then we can add a tag, something as simple. I just did, Jennifer's Hair Salon. And then we just have a little message, just basically saying, hey, I saw that you were interested. And right in that form, I did like a little bit of like an incentive, like earn 10% off any service or something like that. So just, initially just reiterating exactly what it said earlier. And then you can add your booking link, or, hey, if you have any questions, right? Of course, completely customizable. But then what we're going to do is, this is kind of a little bit more of like the nurturing process, but we're going to wait 2 days. And then we're going to see, hey, did this lead actually end up booking? Yes or no? If no, hey, let's reach out one last time too as well. Just to also reiterate is how do we know somebody booked? We're actually basing it on someone's location tag or your location tag, to also just understand that, right? When you think about it, these true brand new leads are going to be created as contacts, but they're going to have absolutely like no tags tied to them. And how does someone get a location tag? Hey, it's just when somebody has a patient profile in aesthetic record. So this is a good way to, hey, after 2 days, does this brand new lead all of a sudden have my location tag? Oh, if they do, it's very likely that they booked. So just making sure that we do those filters, and then just sending, another SMS. And again, just to reiterate, if you want to base it more on if they actually showed up to an appointment, totally build those automations and that pipeline to track that. And again, that payout will have to be a little more manual, because again, right, in Affiliate Manager, it's really more just, hey, how many leads are you bringing in for me? And then based on that payout. So, but yes, if you have any questions or would like to, get some hands-on on how to set up anything in the Affiliate Manager section, definitely reach out to us, book a call with us, or email us at the info@myleadar.com. All right, guys, that concludes today's webinar. If you guys have any questions or need anything, please email us at the info@myleadar.com. We're here. We're happy to help. But yeah, we'll see you next month.
Bye.
Bye.